What's up guys, Louis here. Today I'm going to show you something and give you something that's going to change the way you think about your entire business. Quick disclaimer guys, in this video I say the word but like 100 times. It's one of those like nervous tics that comes up when I'm presenting, when I'm on the screen all the time. So I think I say but and then go into the next thing probably about 100 times. I'm working on it. If it's annoying, apologies. Anyway, back to the video. There's a book called The Blue Ocean Strategy. It's by a guy called Chan Kim. And what he talks about in that book is that we're all competing with each other for the same thing. And this is called a red ocean. So if you think about all the realtors you know, all the different people in your marketplace, we're all competing for the same thing, the same clients, the same market share. We're doing the same things. We're going after the same things. We're using the same tools. And it happens over and over and over again. And when you try to break in to a market like that, to a space like that where maybe someone else is dominating, it can be really, really hard. What this book focuses on and what we want to be looking at today is a blue ocean. It's probably smaller than that. It's right here. It can be tiny, it can be really, really small, where it's less saturated. All these people here have no idea about this specific place. And you can build this blue ocean and dominate this space completely for yourself with minimal competition. So right now you may be drowning in the red ocean. You're wondering, you're working so hard, but you just can't get a break. You can't figure out how to break into the marketplace. What we're going to do today is walk through a custom GPT that I've built. I'm going to explain the whole process of how it works and then give it to you so you can go through it and discover your own blue ocean where you can set sail and build the business that you want with minimal competition for more market share. So if you want this GPT and you want to follow along with the process, it's in the link below. I would recommend watching this video, but if you skip it, I don't care. I just want you to win. So get the GPT, you can follow along with me as I go, or watch this video, watch me break it all down for you, and then go through the process yourself. So before we jump into this, you have to have something in mind. So something in mind that is some kind of niche that you want to start working with, or maybe you've worked with in the past and you're like, man, I really loved doing that. This isn't like a blank page that's going to help you brainstorm. What it's going to do is take your idea and it's going to break it down and build something incredible that's going to set you apart. So think about what that could be for you. That could be probate. It could be divorce, it could be first-time home buyers, could be working with veterans, whatever it is. It could be horse and land and ranch properties. So many examples out there. Just think about who you've worked with in the past that was like you just loved it. You loved working with them. It was the best time ever. And you just want to get more and more and more of that specific kind of client. So think about that, and that's who we're going to work with. For me, I love working with relocation buyers. So in Denver, you know, there's a lot of tech coming in here now. We get a lot of people moving from California, from Texas, from New York that we've helped. And it's awesome. I love working with those people. So how can I start to set myself apart from all the other relocation realtors in town who are advertising, who are pushing, who are doing stuff like that? So pause the video if you want and just think about like different people you've worked with in the past that you loved, or if you've never done it before, like something I'd love to start breaking into, some kind of niche that I really want to start targeting. That's a passion for me, that like I'd love to wake up every day and just work with that perfect avatar. That's what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to start to build out. So let's take a peek at this. This is the Blue Ocean Builder, and all you have to do is click Let's Discover, and it's going to take us through a bunch of different stages. The first thing we need to do is to get brutally honest about what everyone else is doing, what the red ocean is of that. So if I think about relocation services, what's the red ocean? What's the thing that everyone's doing? Like if I think about all the different people I see doing this, like what's everyone doing generically? And I've got some pre-planned answers here, and they're just short. You don't have to go like crazy with this, but sending generic market reports, doing virtual tours on FaceTime, relying on corporate relocation companies for referrals. So that's some ones that happen all the time. Perfect. And it's going to take this information and it's going to kind of collect it all before it starts to spit things out. But you can see here, it's asking me to go a little bit deeper. The more deep you can go with these answers, the better. So take some time with this and go through it. I'm just going to kind of skip on for the purposes of the demonstration. I'm just going to say that's good for now. So now we move on to step number 2, which is identifying industry boundaries and conventional wisdom. This is like your sacred cows, right? This is like, if you were talking to an agent, they were like, well, it's just the way it's always done. That's how we always do it. That's the red ocean mentality. We need to think about the blue ocean. So what's the things that all those realtors in that red ocean are thinking about for that specific niche that you're talking about? So if I look at relocation, what are the things that realtors often say, that the limiting beliefs that they have for this specific thing? So here's some for you. Buyers need to see properties in person. Relocation companies handle everything. And out of state buyers are price sensitive. Now, it's not that these aren't true, but they are limiting beliefs on these things. These can be factual, but they're also things that people will just say to be like, well, that's why I don't do it. It's just because of this. So these are our kind of sacred cows, right? It's like, that's the way we kind of think about it. Like, we stick to these, we don't move. So let's enter that in, and we will let the GPT take it here. So, excellent insights. You're already shining light on some of the deep-rooted industry assumptions. Here's a quick summary, and it's giving me the summary of what we are trying to do. Now, we're going to move on to step 3 here, and this is where we really get to the pain points. So this is where it really gets quite interesting, because instead of competing on what everyone else offers, we're going to look at what problems we could solve and address that most relocation experts aren't really thinking about when they're relocating families or people moving over here. So step 3, uncovering customer pain points and unmet needs. Let's put on our detective hats. What frustrates clients when working with realtors? Now we're talking about clients who move here from different states. What problems do they face during the buying or selling that aren't really solved? Why do some people avoid using realtors altogether? So they'll go through, a company service or something. And then dream big. What kind of wow service do you think clients would love, but isn't being offered? So you got to think about that. So let me put my response into here. Here we go. So these people aren't just buying the house. They're uprooting their entire lives. Worried about schools, spouse employment, social connections. They're making the biggest financial decision of their life sight unseen. They don't need another realtor showing them listings. They need a relocation strategist who understands the complete picture. So this is, God, that's a pretty good pitch right there. But this is kind of how we did it. It was really understanding what was going on with them. We helped some clients move here from San Francisco to Denver, and this was the specifics. They had young kids. What schools are they going to go to? How's my wife going to find a job? Like, all these different things came up. So start thinking about not just the purchase of real estate, but the fundamental social things that are going to come up, the logistics, like all these things. What are most people in that red ocean not thinking about that you can start to pull out here? So let's throw that in and get a breakdown. Wow, that's a powerful observation. Thank you, Blue Ocean Generator, Blue Ocean Builder. So, and it's going to kind of list these out. Absolutely. Cool. And it's going to move to our next step. So this is a really interesting one, exploring non-customer groups. So it's really like, who's not using realtors? Like, in that specific red ocean, are there people who don't use realtors or choose to go another route? So if you think about typically who usually don't use realtors, why do they avoid them? What alternatives are they turning to? And what are their perceptions or unmet needs that the traditional real estate world just isn't meeting? So you need to get a little bit deeper here and start to think about how this is. So let me pull this out from mine. I'm going to paste this in. So DIY relocators using Zillow. Now, of course, you're going to meet an agent on Zillow, no problem at all. So a lot of people want to just find a home on Zillow, click it, and use whoever they get, the agent. Corporate employees who think they have to use company-assigned agents, that's a big one in this specific niche right here. Tons of things. People relocating for retirement who think they can't afford full service. International relocation is a big one. These are all potential clients that traditional real estate ignores or handles poorly. So think about that inside of your niche, right? What is that? If you're looking at something like probate, they go through the lawyers. They don't go through the realtors. They go through the lawyers, and they kind of want to avoid any contact. They don't want to deal with it. Like, there's all these different things that they would opt out of using a traditional realtor first and going through different things. So let's add that in. Again, you can go as deep as you want in this. If you can't really think of too much, don't stress it. Just go through the process. And if you need to skip anything, you can't think of anything right now, skip it. Or you can also ask the GPT to help you brainstorm. That's one thing. If you don't know the answer to a question or you can't think of it, just put in the response here of like, help me think more about this. Ask me more qualifying questions and it will do it. So we're into step 5, eliminate. Now we're really starting to build the blue ocean. This is where things get really, really cool. The question here is, what industry practices or services could you completely stop doing? Now, you might be like, stop doing? I thought we were going to do more. No, we're going to do more of the right thing, which this is what's going to help us build this out. So what do most agents do in the red ocean that actually add little value to the clients? What's only done because that's the way it's always been? And what takes up time and money but doesn't actually move the needle for you when you're working in this space? So my answer's right here. Let me click this, paste it in. Generic MLS searches, right? Like generic searches don't do anything. We have to pinpoint, for relocation specifically, a lot of the time we're the one finding the properties and sending it to them. That's a big one for us because we've gotten all the information, we know their pain points, we know exactly what they need. In-person showings for every property, believe it or not, a lot of relocation people kind of do this, which is kind of crazy. Traditional open houses doesn't make sense for people living 2,000 miles away, so cut them, right? Now, these are kind of obvious. Get as obvious as you want. Like I said, don't think too deeply about this and don't think like, oh, this is like a trick question. Just think about things that don't relate to them and add little value to that experience with that niche. Boom, enter. Okie dokie, we're slicing away things that we have to do or maybe would have done or are told that we need to do. Okay, step 6 is reduce. What are some things realtors usually offer that you could do less of or offer in a scaled down way without hurting the core value? Often this includes things that are overemphasized, duplicated, or not as critical to your specific client base. What could you dial back? This is a big one because, there's always been this like more. We try and add more value, but a lot of the times we're adding so much stuff that it almost becomes like something they can't navigate through, or it's overwhelming for them. Think about this specific situation. Someone moving here from another state, they're already uprooting their lives. They're already switching careers or jobs. There's so much going on. You're going to add so much more to the plate that you're going to throw at them because you think that it makes you sound better. What things could we reduce? We have to stop over delivering on things that relocation clients in this specific case don't actually value. Okay, again, this isn't about doing less work, it's about doing more of the right thing. So here we've got excessive property visits. Like, I want to dial in, like I want to get them dialed in and done. I don't want to visit 20 properties for them and throw them all at them at once. Focusing on minor cosmetic details, traditional marketing materials. These might make you feel busy, but they're not solving the real challenges of long distance home buying. Remember, we're speaking to the human, we're speaking to the individual. We're not trying to throw everything at them. All right, cool. It's going to keep moving. Step number 7, raise. What must you raise? So what parts of the real estate experience are truly valuable, but currently under-delivered by most agents? Where could you go above and beyond, impressing clients and setting yourself apart? Let's elevate what matters. Here's where you really start to differentiate yourself. Okay, in my case here, what do relocation clients desperately need more of that the industry as a whole under-delivers? So for here, I've got market education, lifestyle guidance, logistical coordination, movers, like all that good stuff, local connections, like what do they need? What are their communities? What are their interests? What are their hobbies? What is their religion? How can I help them find the things that can help them get to a space where it has everything? These are the big things that matter when you're moving your life across the country, but most agents barely touch them. Again, most agents are thinking about the physical. We think about the whole picture of the move. So let's throw them in. So we're shifting from agent to relocation partner. That language itself is phenomenal. So doing all this stuff, those are high trust, high impact areas, and most agents leave them untouched. Again, if you don't have these answers and you're like, I can't even think about this, use the GPT, brainstorm with it, okay? You don't have to just go through each step at a time. You can talk to it, brainstorm it, and help it to get clear on what you're doing. Step number 8, create what new services, experiences, or features could you offer that no one else in your market is doing, especially to serve them non-customers, especially to serve those non-customers and unmet needs we identified. So this is really the magic step. Like, this one is massive. What can you offer that literally no one else in your market provides to those relocating families? Again, you're gonna have to take some time and think about this, but go through it, go through the GPT, plug things in, or even open up another chat and start brainstorming with it. All right, I've got a relocation command center, virtual neighborhood tours, spouse career placement assistance, a soft landing program. These are services that don't exist but should for people making this massive life change. And this is what we did. So virtual neighborhood tours, we would get in the car with our phone and just drive around the neighborhood and just film the neighborhood. And instead of just being like, here's a property, being like, hey, here's the swim school, here's Chipotle, right? Whatever it is that we've identified that's important to them, go find those things and show them it. Don't just show them the home. Spouse career placement assistance. If I know the spouse is, an admin for like a lawyer's company or something, who do I know? What are my network? Like, who do I know that can assist in that? I'll just put that on Facebook and be like, hey, anyone looking forward to hire this kind of person or whatever's going on, or look in LinkedIn, go through the neighborhood, go through the people you know and help them get connected to the community. This is a massive one for us. Soft landing program was just making it easy. Like, when you get here, you're good. We got the contracts, but we've also got dinner for you. We've got the moving companies ready to go, rolling in. We've got neighbors. When we did it in a home here in Park Hill, we got neighbors who came around and introduced themselves. We went around like, hey, we've got people moving from San Francisco. They're brand new. Like, we'd love to welcome them in. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we do. And it's not something that exists, right? We're not just giving them the key and being like, peace. So enter that in. This is all part of the Blue Ocean strategy. And by the way, if you want to read this book in full, this is it right here. The Blue Ocean strategy, how to create uncontested market space and make competition irrelevant. I'll link it in the description so you can check it out. But phenomenal book. I don't know why it's sideways. Here we go. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Okay. So where are we at? We've gone through a lot of things, and this is where we start to bring it all together. This is step number 9, your Blue Ocean strategy. So let's go here. Synthesizing your Blue Ocean idea. Describe your exciting new Blue Ocean real estate offering. What does it look like? Who's it for? What unique value to deliver from no one else? Be as detailed, as visionary as you'd like. You're crafting something truly new. So when you put this one in, just put it together in a couple of sentences. Like, if you were to call that unique, perfect avatar, you'd be like, hey, I'm not just a realtor. I don't just help you buy a home. This is what I do. So let me paste in my one here. The complete relocation strategist. You see how specific that is. See how it speaks to the complete need, not just a home purchase. This isn't generic real estate. This is a specialized solution for a specific life transition. That's pretty dialed in. Boom. Click on this. All right, boom. And now it's going to start to bring us through the entire thing that we have worked through here. So this GPT doesn't, just give you the ideas. It pushes you to act. And this is the thing, because you can use ChatGPT to figure out what these are and do it all, but this specific one forces you to think about what you're doing. Think about how you're acting, how everyone else in the red ocean is acting, and how you can set yourself apart. This is massive because ideas without execution are really, really worthless. So if you start to look at this here, here's a blue ocean offering. The complete relocation strategist, our target audience, out-of-state and international buyers, corporate transferees, retirees, and DIY relocators overwhelmed by the complexity of moving their lives, not just buying homes. What you deliver, a concierge level relocation experience that handles every aspect of the move, not just the home purchase. You become a trusted partner who anticipates, manages, and smooths every piece of the transition puzzle. Here are core features. Relocation Command Center, a central planning and communication hub for the entire move. That can be Google Docs, whatever it is that you use. Virtual neighborhood tours that we do, spouse career placement support, soft landing program, welcome kits, local intros, supporting with settling in, and proactive check-ins post-move, big one. Raised expertise in market and lifestyle guidance, delivering insights into schools, commute culture, what that looks like, what traffic is like, community fit, not just property stats. And here's what we've eliminated. We've eliminated a ton of stuff. So we've created this thing. Now it's saying next steps and encouragement. To turn the complete relocation strategies into reality, what's one small step you can take today to move this forward? Whether it's building a prototype welcome kit, reaching out on a job placement partner, or creating a mock-up of a relocation command center, pick something real. So at this point, we can start to be like, okay, help me build it out. Okay, now I want you to help me build all of these things out for my avatar, so I can, you can build a website, you can build docs that I can move forward. And what I'll say is here, give me step by step instructions and tasks to do to get this off the ground in, I'm going to say 10 days, right? Whatever that looks like. So it's going to take it and it's going to give me a launch blueprint of how to get this done. So day one, clarify that offer, right? Dial in that offer, a one-page overview. Two, build out the command center, which has all this stuff in it, all logistics. Map your virtual neighborhood tours. Partner for spouse career support. Identify 3 local recruiters, career coaches, or HR leaders. Design the soft landing kit. Create intro package for new clients, and on so forth and so on. And it'll give you everything that you need to start doing. And again, you can use the GPT to help you do this. So let's do this, for instance. Create an intro package for new clients. Please create an intro package for new clients that I can take into, say, Canva and make it a template, and it'll do it, right? It'll build it out for us. So there we go, boom. And it'll build this all out for us. So here's the deal, guys. You can keep on competing with the red, right? You can keep on jumping in with these guys and just doing everything that everyone else does. But if you put a little time, effort, energy, and thought into what this could look like, you can build something truly special. And like I said, this GPT doesn't do it all for you. It's not like a, hey, give me a blue ocean. It's not going to do that. It's something that you need to have a thought of and then build it out strategically with the GPT, and it will build you something incredible. Because when it comes to building blue oceans and niches, I've seen people build 6-figure, even 7-figure businesses from this process. And this is something that you can do strategically and quite simply. You just need to start thinking about how to set yourself apart. And whether it's luxury, first-time home buyers, veterans, probate, divorce, this GPT is going to help you to build out the entire program and system that you're going to use moving forward. And the goal here for you is to stop being a commodity and start being indispensable. Someone that everyone will turn to because you do it differently from everyone else. The GPT is in the link in the description. Maybe you've used it already. Maybe you haven't even watched this video and just gone through it. But let me know how it goes. Let me know what you're building out for your blue ocean. And if you want more strategic things like this to systemize your business, you know where to find me. See you on the next one.